All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Nicole, and welcome back to our English class. It's great to see all of you here again today. I am really glad you are all making the time for this class. Okay. I hope you had a good week so far and maybe even get a chance to use some of the simple introductions or the lecture that we have had these past few meetings or the things that we have covered last time. Taking those first steps in a conversation can be the hardest part. So if you tried, give yourself a pat on the back. That's already a good thing that you are doing. Today, we are going to build on that foundation and take it a little deeper. Last time, we focused on we did conversational English, but we focused on introductions the past few meetings. Now it is time to move on to another topic under still conversational English, which is, I think it will be really useful for all of you, of course. It is on casual phrases, everyday casual phrases. These are the words, these are the phrases and expressions that native speakers use all the time. But you might not always see them in a textbook because they are casual. Okay, they are the kinds of things that make conversations flow more easily and sound more natural in a conversation. But of course, we are not just going to talk about what these phrases mean. We are also going to spend a good amount of time on how they actually sound when you speak them or when you say them. So, spoken English can be tricky because words often get connected or shortened. Remember our topic on connected speech, which I highlighted there that connected speeches are usually done in conversational setting, in a casual setting, casual conversational English. So it is really here in this topic, connected speeches or shortened phrases. So we will be focusing also again on pronunciation and of course how to use the right intonation and rhythm, all those things that we need to consider when pronouncing a word, a phrase, or even a sentence so that it will get your point across clearly. Now, this is a big part of sounding more confident and also understanding others when they speak fast because we cannot really avoid that there are times that if not us, the one we are talking to is they speak fast. Okay, so it's very important that we try to understand them despite the pacing. Okay, and of course, my goal for you today is that by the end of this session, you'll not only know what these phrases mean, but also feel a little bit more comfortable saying them out loud or using them actually in a real life conversation, English conversation. We will be going through some examples and, of course, practicing together. So, let's get ready to dive in and learn some of these conversational shortcuts that will help you connect with people easily or naturally. Okay, let's get started. But before that, let me just check my screen. Okay, I think it's a bit cut, so I'm gonna fix it quickly. Oh, all right, there. Okay, for a moment, let me just quickly check. Okay. Mm-hmm. Sorry for this. Okay, I think everything's good. Let's continue. Thank you for waiting. Um, yes, we are on casual phrases, which is under conversational English, and this is lecture 1. Okay, so it's great to see you all here today. And now look at the screen here. Again, we are going to We are diving right into conversational English, but it's not just about what the phrases mean. It's also about the pronunciation, as I've mentioned earlier. Let's get started, of course, immediately with the first phrase that we have here. And of course, this is a very familiar phrase. If not all of us, most of us here, it's a very familiar phrase. Okay? And that is on. This is what's up. Again, what's up. Okay? Now the first phrase here is what's up. This is a very common greeting, especially between friends or people who know each other. It's a very easy, casual way of saying hello or how are you. Now the phrase here, it is a contraction of what is up. Okay, let me just highlight it for you. I'm gonna write it down. I type it down. So this is the full phrase. So this one is its contraction, the contraction of this one. So basically the full phrase is what is up, and its contraction is what's up. Okay, so this is in its most literal sense. It asks what is going on. Okay, it asks what is going on. Okay, however, its true meaning has evolved into a simple, friendly greeting. So the context is really crucial here. You would typically use this with someone you are comfortable with, like your friend, your family, your partner. So if you were meeting a new client or maybe a professor, you would probably say hello, how are you, or good morning or good afternoon. Those phrases that I've mentioned or we've discussed in one of our previous meetings when it comes to formal discussions. So you use that instead. Now, when using what's up, this phrase in a formal situation, it can make you sound too casual or even a bit disrespectful. It depends on the person you're talking to. Now, this distinction, it is really important to get it right. Okay, what's up? This phrase, it signals a relaxed, friendly situation. It's a quick way to check in. So you could also use it when texting a friend to start a conversation, like what's up, friend? What's up? What's up, David? What's up, Anna? You can say that. You can start a conversation with that. So it's a quick way to check in. Okay, it feels less formal than typing out a full sentence. What is up? So it's also very popular in text messaging and online chats. What's up? Now let's get to the pronunciation, which is the most interesting part. As the slide shows, the tip is to drop the T. Okay, let's just start with this one first. Okay, the first tip is drop the T. Okay, T. So here, let me highlight it for you. This one, drop the T. This is not just a random shortcut, okay? It's a very common feature of natural spoken English. In quick casual speech, the words what and is, okay, they are often blended together. Now, the T sound at the end of what, the one I am highlighting right now, it often disappears. The T sound, I'm sorry. And of course, the whole phrase sounds more like what? What do you think it would sound like? It would sound like, what's up? Okay? This is the pronunciation, most likely. What's up? Okay? Okay, it's here. It sounds like that. What's up? It's one smooth sound, not two to three separate words. So we kind of push the S sound right into the beginning of up. So this phonetic process is called what? If you remember our discussion on this one in connected speech, there are two phonetic process. There are two ways to identify how words or phrases are connected or blended together, and one of which is what? And one of which is here. It is on what's up, becoming what's up. That is on elision. Okay? Elision. Again, what's elision? This is where a sound is omitted. Okay, sound is omitted. Okay, let me just, okay, for a moment, let me size it up for you to really see clearly. Again, elision is when a sound is omitted. This is to make speech flow more easily. What is the other one? Aside from elision, what is the other one? This is assimilation. Assimilation. Now, what is assimilation? This is when one sound sounds, or let's just say one sound is assimilated from its neighboring sound. Okay? It sounds like its neighboring sound or nearby sound. Okay? Neighboring or nearby sound. Okay? That is an assimilation. Again, these are the two phonetic process when it comes to connected speeches or blending words together. First is on elision, where sound is omitted. Second is assimilation, where where the sound is, it's like its neighboring or nearby sound. Okay, but here in what's up, becoming was up, what is the phonetic process? It is on elision, because again, it says here on the tip that we drop the T, meaning that the T sound is omitted, and that is elision. Okay? To practice this, try saying words what and up. Okay? What and up very quickly without pausing. Okay? What up? 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 Something like that. You will find that your tongue naturally wants to skip over the T sound if you try doing that plenty of times. Okay? Now, the goal here is to make it sound effortless. It should feel like a single unit sound, not a string of individual words. Basically, from what's up, where it has two sounds or two syllables, we wanted, or our goal here is to make it one syllable or one unit of sound. So instead of what's up, we say what's up, what's up. Okay, we blend or we link the words together, the sounds of the words together. Okay, so let's try saying it out louder together, or loud together. What's up? Again, what's up? One more time, let me highlight it for you. What's up? Okay, good. All right. Notice how the sound is quick and fluid. What's up? It almost feels like a single word, actually. So, how do you respond to this greeting? If we say what's up, how do you respond to this greeting? Now, usually you will give a short, simple answer, right? You don't have to tell the person every single thing that's going into your life, but that's an option. You can also do that, but usually people just give a short, simple answer. Now, here you can maybe say some common replies to this one is, what's up? You'll say, maybe just chilling. Okay, just chilling, meaning, what does this mean? This means that I'm just relaxing, or I am not doing anything special. Okay, that is one response to that. Okay, let me put this one heading common replies. Okay, first is on just chilling. What other way? What do you think? Other way to reply to this is, if you were asked to say, if you were messaged by your friend, what's up? You'll say, just chilling, maybe not much, meaning that nothing much is happening. Sorry. Maybe. Okay? Nothing much is happening. This is more like a safe, neutral answer. You are not inviting a long conversation, but you are being polite to the other person. Okay? Another way to reply to this is same old, same old. Okay? This means nothing new or exciting is happening in your life. So this response can sometimes have a slightly negative or tired tone, as if to say my life is a bit boring right now. Okay? Or maybe nothing, or you could also say like that. Okay? Nothing or nothing. So very similar to not much. Okay? This one. Let me just put it down right there. Gonna put it here. Or okay, like that. Another response would be, another reply would be what's up, or make it, you could say hey, or hey, what's up with you, what's up with you. You can, instead of really just reply to them passively, you could also just return the greeting and put the question back on them. So these are just some common replies that you can say. You can respond to the question, what's up, or what's up. Okay? But usually it's what's up. But you are not restricted to saying what's up, okay? This is just how usually native speakers pronounce the phrase "what's up." But you can also use "what's up." Any of these any of the two pronunciation, you can do that. Okay, you can use that. Okay. All right. Now this is for the first phrase. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. Long time no see. All right. Our next phrase, long time no see. This is another very casual and friendly phrase. Now, the meaning here is really clear. It's a way of saying, I haven't seen you in a while. You use this when you run into someone you haven't met for a long time. So it shows a nice, friendly surprise, and it often signals a desire to catch up. Imagine like you are walking in a mall and you see a former classmate you haven't talked to since college. If you want to talk to them, okay, that's also an option. You are not obligated to talk to them, but if you want to talk to them, this is a great way to start that conversation. You can also use it with a co-worker you haven't seen since a long holiday break. It's a phrase that brings warmth and maybe nostalgia to a greeting. Long time no see. Now, you might have noticed that this phrase is not grammatically perfect, right? If you've noticed, now in a formal sentence, you would say, let me put it right here, it would, or not it would, long time no see. It has been a long time, it has been a long time since I last saw you. Okay? All right. It has been a long time since I last saw you. But in casual English, we have this shortcut. Okay? The phrase is actually believed to have originated from Pidgin English, which is... Sorry for that. Oh my God. Sorry for that. Pidgin English, when we say Pidgin English, let me put it here. Pidgin. Okay? Pidgin English. When we say Pidgin English, this is how do you call that? This is a simplified form of communication. Okay? Let me put it right here. Pidgin is a simplified a simplified form of communication that mixes different languages. Okay? Now here, again, Pidgin English is a simplified form of communication that mixes different languages. Now, again, I've mentioned here that the phrase long time no see is actually believed to have originated from Pidgin English, meaning that it has a mix of different languages. Here, From what I remember, from what I know, it is possibly from contact with Chinese immigrants or Native Americans in the 19th century. The phrase was adapted into mainstream English because it was simple and it conveyed its meaning so effectively. So the fact that it is not grammatically correct is what makes it feel so casual and relaxed. It's a great example of a language idiom. Again, language idiom. We know language idiom. Let me just put it right here. Language idiom. It is where a phrase where the meaning is not exactly what the individual words suggest. Again, the meaning of the phrase is not exactly what the individual words suggest. Okay, that's idiom. That's language idiom. Let me just put language idiom. Or I'm gonna capitalize it to highlight the term language idiom. Okay. All right. That is on language idiom. Okay. All right. Good. Again, this is language idiom, meaning the meaning of the phrase is not exactly what the individual words suggest, meaning that it's a bit of a fixed expression and it is important to remember it as a whole unit. Okay, not just as individual words. Basically, you try to remember the phrase as it is, not the words inside it. Okay, you do not try to deduct the meaning of the phrase by the words in it, but as a whole, as a phrase. Okay, that's language idiom. Now the pronunciation here, the pronunciation tip on the slide is smooth, even tone. Again, smooth, even tone. Now, what does that mean? It means that you say the whole phrase as a single thought, not as four separate words with pauses in between. So the words flow together without much pause, and the sound is even and friendly. So, long time no see. Long time no see. The intonation is usually a little bit higher and more enthusiastic, showing your genuine happiness to see the person. Long time no see. So let's try saying it together. Try saying it in monotone, like robot. Long time no see. Now try to say it with a friendly, flowing tone, like you're greeting a friend. The difference is huge. The smooth, even tone makes it even much more natural and sincere. Long time no see. Long time no see. Okay? A few example dialogues, maybe hey hey Anna, long time no see, how have you been? Or yeah, how have you been? Then Anna can reply by saying, I've been good, thanks, it's great to see you again, you've been so busy, something like that. Okay? Or another one, wow, long time no see, what have you been up to? You can use this in a sentence. Okay, so the phrase is really a classic. It's always a good thing to use when you reconnect with an old friend or an acquaintance. It shows genuine warmth and makes the other person feel remembered. Okay, all right. Aside from this one, some other ways to express the same idea, long time no see. Let me just put it, okay, all right. For a moment, gonna put some text box. Okay. Again, some other ways to express the same idea of long time no see. You can say this. Aside from long time no see, you can also say it's been a minute, something like that. It's been a minute, meaning it's very casual and popular among young people. It's been a minute. Or I haven't seen you in ages. This is a slightly more exaggerated but still common phrase. Or just like what I've mentioned earlier, wow, it's been a long time. This is a more literal, slightly more formal way of saying it, but still friendly. Okay? These are just some other ways to say long time no see, or to express long time no see. All right. Okay. Okay, so the key with this phrase is the emotion behind it. You should say it with a genuine smile and a friendly tone, because that is what really makes it effective to your listener. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the next one. How's it going? Our third phrase here is how's it going. This is very similar to how are you, but it's a bit more relaxed and informal. Now, the meaning is simple. How are you doing? Or how is your life going? It's a bit more open-ended than just how are you. And it often invites a slightly more detailed response through a short one, which is still fine. So it's a great way to show you are genuinely interested in how someone is doing. So this phrase is a common replacement for how are you in many social situations, making it a crucial part of casual English. Now, the pronunciation tip for this one is say it as how's it. Again, how's it. It is like a one word, how's it. In fast speech, or which is usually done in conversational English, the words house and it, okay, these ones, house and it and going, they get squished together. So the S in house and the I in it create a quick Z sound. Okay? Z sound. The T in it often disappears entirely or becomes a soft D sound, and the ing in ending ending is shortened to just in. So how's it going? Again, how's it going? It becomes how's it going? Okay? That's how you say it. So the sound change is a phonetic process known as flapping or tapping. Again, flapping or tapping. Now, this is where the T sound is pronounced very quickly. Again, so it's very specific to T sound. T sound is pronounced very quickly. Okay? So it happens a lot in American English when a T is between two vowels. For example, water can sound like water. In this phrase, the T in it is between the S and the OI sound. Okay? In how's it going? So it can change or disappear to make the words flow together more smoothly. Alright, let's try to say it like a native speaker. Say the words together quickly. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? It's a quick and friendly sound. So how do you reply? Now, the replies are similar to what's up, but they can a bit more detailed. So the type of response you give often depends on your mood. For example, let me just put the text back. How to reply. Okay. How to reply on this? There are options. Again, it depends on your mood. If you're having a good day, you can say it's going well. It's going well. And of course, you'll say thanks for the person asking. Thanks. Or maybe you could say great, as simple as that, or fantastic, or other good way to describe your day. If it's not going good, then of course you can say not so good actually. Not so good actually, or I've been better. Sorry. I've been better. But how about if it's neutral, like in between? If it's neutral, you can just say I'm doing good, or not bad, or or same old. Okay? All right. Again, this is for positive, positive, negative, and neutral. All right. Okay? Okay. Now let's do a quick practice. I'll say how's it going, and I want you to respond with one of these phrases in the chat. All right. Hey everyone, how's it going? Okay, that's great. It's going well is a perfect and very common answer. You could also say not bad. It is also a really good one. It's a very common response that signals things are okay. All right? Now, some common mistakes here when pronouncing or when saying, using this particular phrase, you overpronounce each word separately, which makes the phrase sound stiff and unnatural or robotic. So you can think that you can also think that it's a formal phrase. So it's more casual actually than how are you. Not being ready to answer even though it's greeting. The person is asking for a real update, unlike with what's up. Okay? Now, the phrase is really a cornerstone. It's a really good one. In casual conversation and mastering its nuances will make you sound much more like a native speaker. So it's a great tool to have in your vocabulary. Okay? All right. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next one, of course. So the phrase on our list is no worries. This phrase has become a cornerstone of modern casual English, particularly in places like Australia, but it has spread all over the world, of course. Its meaning is really simple, but its usage is versatile and its tone is always friendly and reassuring. So it's an excellent phrase to master for anyone who wants to sound more relaxed in conversation. Okay? Now, the meaning here at its heart, no worries means it's okay or don't worry about it. Don't worry or don't worry about it. But it has two main uses that you will hear constantly. Main uses would be, let me highlight it for you, main uses. Okay. Again, I've mentioned there are two main uses for this one. First is that you could for a moment. Okay. First is you can use no worries as a response to an apology. Okay? A response to apology. Response to an apology. Meaning that when someone apologizes you for something small, like being a minute late or for accidentally bumping into you, no worries is a perfect response. Okay? It immediately signals that you are not upset and that the apology is accepted. So this is perhaps the most common way you will hear it. Okay? No worries as a response to an apology. For example, you can imagine you are meeting a friend for coffee and they arrive a few minutes late. Your friend would say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm late. The traffic was terrible." And you as the responder, you respond, or you as the listener, you will respond, "No worries. I just got here myself. I was just looking at the menu." Okay? In these scenarios, no worries instantly diffuses any tension and shows your friends that there's no problem at all. Other phrases like "that's okay" or "don't worry about it" work, but no worries is particularly lighthearted and friendly feel, which is of course the heart of casual or conversational English. Okay. Now, aside from as a response to an apology, this is also used as a response to thank you. Okay. Response to thank you. So this use is a more casual alternative to the standard "you're welcome." It's a very popular and is often used when someone thanks you for a small favor or a big favor. Using "no worries" implies that the favor was not was like no trouble at all, and that you were happy to help. Okay? For example, um, you can imagine you hold a door open for a coworker with their hands full. Okay, thanks so much for that. Your coworker would say, and then you would say, "No worries, happy to help." So here, no worries. It's a friendly and humble response. It's a great choice because it is not as formal as you're welcome, and it feels a bit more natural in many day-to-day situations. So it's a phrase that conveys that was like yours, like the saying like it's like saying that was no problem at all for me. It was my pleasure. Okay. Now here, of course, we'll go with its pronunciation. When it comes to pronunciation, the way you say no worries, it's very important for conveying its friendly and relaxed meaning. Now the slide tip says to stress no, and then softer is on worries. Again, you stress no and then softer worries. Sorry for that. So here, let's try to break down what this means. The word no, here it is emphasized. Okay, this one. Now, it makes it sound a bit longer and longer. This just gives the phrase its reassuring quality. It's almost like you're saying, no, really, don't worry. Or the O sound in no is long and clear. So the word worries is, it's like said more quickly and softly. So the O in worries is often a short sound. UH sound, almost like the in fun, or a schwa sound, which is, a neutral vowel sound. So the whole phrase here, it should sound like a one connected unit. Okay? All right. Let's look at the IPA from the slide. This one. That is the IPA. The stress mark before the what do you call that? This one. So the stress mark is this one. I don't know if you can see it. This one. Let me just check my screen. Okay. It's visible. The one that I am highlighting right now, the stress mark, that is the stress mark. It shows that the stress is on the first syllable of the second word. However, in common usage, the emphasis is often put on the first word, no, which is a better way to think about the rhythm, which is to have a strong first word followed by a softer, faster second rhythm. Okay, let me just check my screen because I zoomed it out. Okay, I think it's cutting. Okay, all good. Now here, in common usage, the emphasis is often put on the first word, which is no. A better way to think about the rhythm is to have a strong first word followed by softer, faster second word. So let's try practicing the sound and the rhythm. Say the word no very clearly and strongly, and then now say the word worries very quickly and softly, and of course put to them those together, no worries. You can hear how strong the first makes the phrase sound confident and reassuring. No worries. Okay? All right. Now, aside from saying no worries, other ways to say this is that, so a great alternative to phrases like no problem, don't mention it, other way or other alternative to phrases is it's all good. Okay, again, this is other way to say it. It's all good. Now, the tone you use when saying no worries is just as important as the words themselves. So a warm, friendly tone with a smile makes the phrase feel genuine. If you say it with a flat or angry tone, it can sound pathetic, sarcastic, like you're saying it. Okay, I guess it's okay, but you were a problem. So be sure to match your tone to the friendly meaning of the phrase. Okay. All right. That is for no worries. Let's move on to the next. Take it easy. Again, take it easy. Our next phrase is take it easy. This is a simple phrase, but it has few distinct meanings and it's very common today conversation. Mastering it will help you sound more natural, especially when you are saying goodbye to someone. Okay? All right. Now here, when it comes to its meaning and usage, there are also two. Okay, this is the most common use of the phrase "take it easy." So there's two. Uh, oh no, not two, but three actually. If I remember correctly, I think it's three. Three. Because the first one is a casual goodbye. Again, first one is a casual goodbye. Sorry for that. A casual goodbye. Meaning that this is it's like a friendly casual way to end a conversation because this is the most common use of the phrase. This is similar to saying goodbye or have a nice day. You'll hear this sound a lot at the end of a phone call, or um, when you're leaving a store or a friend's house. It's just that you want the other person to have a relaxing and good time. Okay, so that is a casual goodbye. Okay, a casual goodbye. Another way or another, what do you call that? So another way is to tell someone to relax. To tell someone to relax. Take it easy can also be used as the advice to someone who is feeling stressed, feeling angry or worried. It's a way of telling them to calm down and not overthink things. Okay? For example, if your friend is panicking about a big project at work, so she could say, I have so much work to do, I'm never going to finish on time. And then you will say, hey, take it easy, you're a hard worker, just do what you can and it will be fine. In this scenario, the phrase is used to collect comfort and to encourage the person to relax. However, it's very important to use a calmly and friendly tone here. Okay, because if you say it in an annoyed or aggressive way, it can sound rude or dismissive. Okay, like you're telling them to shut up. That's not good, of course. It's not a good communicator. Okay, aside from these two, we have also take things slowly. Again, take things slowly. Another use of this phrase is to tell someone not to rush or to be careful. Okay? All right. Now here, the pronunciation of take it easy, it's a perfect example of connected speech where words blend together. So the side tip says so. Stress, take, reduce it easy. Let's break down these sound changes. So you go first. The word take is stressed here, meaning that it is said with a little bit more force and higher pitch. Now the A sound is like take in a clear and strong. How do you call that? It's clear basically. It's clear and strong. So the sound is clear and strong. Now the words it is easy. Or it easy are then said very quickly and softly among or almost as one word. The T in it often becomes a soft D sound in American English, which is a the process called flapping. So take it easy. This sounds like um, it easy. Again, it easy. Let me put it here. It sounds like this. It easy. Okay, take it easy. Instead of T, you say D. Okay, this one. Take it easy. Okay, I capitalized take because that's the emphasized word. Now, let's look at the IPA from the slide. This one. This is the IPA. Now here, the stress mark is on the I. I'm so sorry for that. Anyway, let's continue. Again, I've mentioned the stress mark is on the I. Sound of easy but in common speech. The rhythmic stress is often on take as well as giving the phrase a clear start. So, again, take it easy. Again, take it easy. So let's try practicing this rhythm. Say take with strong voice. Now say it easy, very quickly with your voice, blending the people together. And now put them together. This is what you get. Take it easy. Now this practice will help you get the natural flow. Okay? Now here, let me also include some common responses. Common responses to this phrase. Some common responses. Okay. Some common responses to this one. To the most common response to take it easy is simply by saying you too. Again, you too, or you as well. Okay? So that's the one of the most common responses to take it easy. This is a simple and friendly way to return the gold wish. You can also say something like thanks, you too. Okay? Some common variations of this phrase include another way to say this. Just put here variation. Again, variations. First is on have a good one. Again, have a good one. Let me put some bullets in here. Have a good one. This is a very common and general way to say goodbye. Or you'll say be well. Slightly more formal but friendly farewell. And lastly, we have take care. Take care. Okay? Yeah. Take care. So mastering the pronunciation and different usage of take it easy, it will make your new favorite sound much more natural and friendly. Okay? It would be hard to add one more person because budget is bad. Yeah. Anyway, that is on the variations for pronunciation of casual phrases when it comes to the phrase take it easy or take it easy, because we see here in its IP transcription that is using a buzzing sound or the letter Z sound. Okay? All right. And that is for, what do you call that? That is for this one. Okay? All right. Let's move on to I guess this is the last phrase for today. We are going to continue on the next sessions. So I try to not bombard you with a lot of phrases because it's very important that I ensure that you are really learning well on this one. So let's try to not bombard you with different phrases. Let's just start with the simple ones, okay? The simple ones. All right, let's go back to the last phrase. Sounds good. Again, sounds good. Now the final phrase here. This is a simple but incredible useful phrase that you will use constantly in both casual and work, especially in work-related conversations. So if it is a go-to phrase for agreement. Okay. Now the core meaning of sounds good is okay, or that's a good idea. So you use this to agree with a plan, a suggestion, or an idea that someone has just made. It's more than just saying yes. It implies that you are on board with something. Okay? You can use this phrase in a wide variety of situations. Maybe let's just put also here contexts to use. Phrase, let's just say contexts. Okay. Sounds good. You could be saying this because you are making plans with what is happening. Okay, with friends. Let's just say friends. Okay. All right. The contexts here. First context is making plans with friends. Maybe you say sounds good. Okay? Sounds good. Like for example, a simple dialogue would be your friend saying, do you want to meet coffee at 2 p.m.?" And then you say, "Sounds good. I'll see you there." But actually, um it's very important. It's good that you say this when making plans with friends. Okay, you could say, "Do you want to meet for coffee at 2 p.m.?" You could say, "Sounds good. I'll see you there." Or aside from this one, you could say this because you're agreeing to a suggestion. Like, in a simple dialogue, you'd say, your coworker would say, "I think we should choose a different this one." Okay, a different way to say this. Aside from these two, making plans with friends, agreeing to a suggestion. Aside from that, we also have confirming an idea. Again, confirming an idea. Simple dialogue would be, your family member, for instance, they would say, "I was thinking we could order pizza for dinner." Something like that. And of course, you will try to reply, "Sounds good to me." Okay? All right. Let's move on. You can also use this phrase when added to show even more enthusiasm. "Sounds great" or "sounds perfect." These variations are very common, and just add a little bit more positive emotion to the agreement. Okay. Now, when it comes to pronunciation, the pronunciation tip on the slide says blend sounds plus good smoothly. This is another great example of connected speech. There is no pauses between the two words. Okay, they flow together as a single unit. All right, let's look at the IP from the slide. This one. Okay, the one I am highlighting. Sounds good. The final S and D sounds, the word sounds. Okay, this one. Sounds. There is no pause between the two words. They flow together as a single unit. Let's look at the IP from the slide. Um, um, Sounds good. So the final S and D sounds of sounds and good are often pronounced very softly or are almost silent. The Z sound at the end of grounds and the G sound at the beginning of good, they are very savory. Okay, they're very close together. Okay. All right. Let's try to practice this one. Again, these are the context for sounds good. Making plans with friends, agreeing to suggestion or confirm an idea. This is just some of the many contexts that you can use. Sounds good. Okay? These are just, some of the phrases, some of the contexts that you can say sounds good. Okay? All right. Sounds good here. Let's try to practice. Let's look at the IP of the slide. The final S and D sounds of sounds are good, right? So let's try to practice this. Say the word sounds clearly. Now say the word good clearly. Okay, let's go back. Say the word sounds clearly. Let me hear you. 3, 2, 1. Sounds. Again, sounds. Now say the word good clearly. Good. Again, good. Now try to say them together. Bring them so there is no gap. Sounds good. You can also try to try it with a positive friendly tone, which is how it's almost always used. Okay. Now variations in dialogue for this one. Let me just put it variations. Let's just say variations. Okay. Variations. Alright. Sounds good. It's a very common flexible phrase. Here are some other ways to use it. That sounds good. Oh no. For a moment. That sounds good. Sounds good to me. Or sounds like a plan. Okay. Okay. Sounds like a plan. All right. Okay. That's like a response that sounds good, which is often just a simple confirmation like great or okay. Okay. All right. So we've covered a lot of ground in the last minutes, everyone. This is actually the last casual phrase for today. We're going to continue on our next session, which is tomorrow, of course. Here we've covered a lot of ground in the last minutes. We started with three key phrases for greetings and connecting. What's up? Long time no see, and how's it going? How's it going? Then we learned three more: responding and saying goodbye. Okay? No worries, take it easy, and sounds good. Now look at the screen. That's right. Time to practice, of course. Let's The best way to get comfortable with these phrases is to use them. We're going to do a few exercises together to make sure you know when to use each phrase quickly, okay? All right. Okay. Okay, time's up. All right, let's start with the first one. This one. What's happening? This is a great standard question to ask someone. Now, I want you to think what is the most casual, common way to say this to a friend. Think about the phrases we learned for greetings. The answer is hidden for now, so I want you to really try and remember it. Okay? Take a moment and type your best guess in the chat. All right. So here, what's up? Again, what's up is what's up. What's up? It's a very it's very common. It's super common. Very casual greeting. It's an informal way of asking how are you, and what's happening. So you must make sure that what you would use it with friends, family, or close workers, but it's not appropriate for small situations like a job interview, or it's a quick way to check in with someone you know well. Okay, what's up? When it comes to pronunciation, um, remember when our key pronunciation tip: drop the T like in what's up. Drop the T sounds in what's up. Okay, in fast casual speech, just like this one. Yeah, in fast casual speech, the T at the end of what is, it's already okay. Good. So here, this is a great example of how the native speakers connect words in conversation. Some common responses to that: what? Not much, maybe. Okay, let me put it down. Some common responses. Common responses. Okay. Some common responses you could say, not much. Again, you will say not much. Again, not much. So this is for a moment. How do I do this? Okay. Yeah. Okay. What's up or what's up? Okay. Some common responses to this is not much, just chilling, same old, or you can simply return the greeting to her. Okay, just like what he did in the just like what you can do to this one. Common responses is not much. You just say what you are feeling at that time. Okay? Like what's your status at that time? Maybe nothing much. You are just laying down, so there's nothing much to say. Mastering WhatsApp is a great step towards sounding more natural in what? In English, of course, because we're just, we're talking about English here. So great job on the first drill. This phrase is so common and getting it right makes a huge difference. So we have 5 more coming up. So let's keep the thinking cap on. Okay? What's happening next is how are you doing? So you can see the phrase how are you doing? This is a very common and polite question and you can use it in almost any situation, but it's a little bit more formal. Now, based on our lesson, what is the more casual, everyday way to say this to a friend? Think about a phrase we learned that often sounds like one word. I'll give you a moment to think and type your answer in the chat. Okay? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do that. 30 seconds starts now. All right, time's up. Okay. Again, time's up. Okay. I see some guess. Let's reveal the answer now. Now, the casual equivalent for this one is how's it going? Again, how's it going? But you say it as how's it going? Okay? You say it like that. All right. Good. So this is a great example of a phrase that's almost identical in meaning. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for that. But it has, it has a slightly different feel. So how are you doing? It's a bit more standard. It's of course it's totally fine. It's totally good. This is totally correct. How are you doing? It's a bit more on the standard side. While how's it going? It feels more relaxed and informal. Okay? So let's quickly review the pronunciation that we have here. Now the slide reminds us to say it as how's it as one word, right? So remember the words how's and going all blend together in fast speech. So the T in it often disappears entirely or becomes a soft D sound, and the ing ending is shortened to just in. So the whole phrase flows together like how's it going? Again, how's it going? This is an essential phrase for casual conversation. So the meaning is simple. It's a way of asking how are you doing or inquiring how do you call it? Inquiring about how someone's life is progressing. So you can use it as a greeting or as a genuine question to start a conversation. Okay? All right. So very important that you master this phrase because mastering this phrase is a key to sounding natural in conversations with friends and acquaintances. It's a great middle ground between the very casual and the more formal how are you doing. Okay? So great work on this drill. We have 4 more coming up. So keep that energy high. All right. Next on the screen, you can see the phrase on or that's fine. Now these are perfectly good standard ways to agree. There are standard ways to agree with something or confirm a plan. They get the job done and of course guess nothing's wrong with them. Okay? All right? Everything's good. So these are perfectly good standard ways to agree with something or confirm a plan. Okay, they get the job done and there's nothing wrong with using them. But based on our lesson, what is a more positive, casual way to say this to a friend or coworker? What do you think? Okay, it is on this one. Doing this. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Sounds good. Okay, the casual equivalent is sounds good. Excellent. This is a great simple phrase to show you to show that you agree with the planner's suggestion. So as our content slide reminds us, sounds good means okay or that's fine. So the pronunciation tip is to blend sounds and good smoothly. This phrase is all about it is all about positive agreement, and it's a fantastic tool to have in your vocabulary. Okay. All right. Again, sounds good. We understand sounds good, right? It is a simple but incredible useful phrase. Its core meaning is okay or that's fine. These ones. So that's the core meaning, but it carries a positive connotation. When you use it, you're not just saying you agree. You're saying that you like this idea. It's a great way to show enthusiasm and the and that you are happy with them. Okay. You can use sounds good in a wide variety of situations. For example, just like what I've mentioned earlier, you make plans with friend, you agree to a suggestion at work, or you're confirming a choice. Okay, you can use sounds good. You can also add other words to it, even show more enthusiasm. Phrases like sounds good or sounds perfect are very common and not just amplified. Yeah, it's very common, and it just amplify the positive feeling you are expressing. Okay. All right. We know the pronunciation of that already. Let's move on to the next one. When we mean relax, how would you say it in a more casual way? Relax. Again, relax. That's like the meaning of it. You would say what? You'd say that is take it easy. Okay? Take it easy. All right. So here we understand take it easy. It is a versatile and common phrase with two main issues. It can be used to tell someone to relax or to calm down, or it can be used as a casual goodbye. For example, if a friend is stressed about a test, you might say, take it easy. You'll do great. You can also use it. You can also use it to say goodbye when leaving a friend's house. All right. Yeah, I'm here. You're like saying, all right, I'm heading out. Take it easy. Okay, you're trying to relax. Take it easy. Now, again, the pronunciation tip here. The pronunciation, when it comes to pronunciation, you try to stress on take. So let's just try to highlight that one. You stress on take. You stress on take, and then you say, instead of saying it, you say id, and then just easy as it is. Okay, and so from take it easy, you say take it easy. Take it easy. Again, take it easy. The word take is emphasized while it easy is said more quickly and softly. So this rhythm is important to sounding natural. Okay. All right. That is for the session today. On the fourth phrase, actually there's two more. Let's move on to the next one. The meaning is haven't seen you in a while. Do you remember what's the casual phrase equivalent for this one? When you say haven't seen you in a while, I've mentioned this. I think it's the fourth, or no, not the fourth, but like the second to the last, if I'm not mistaken, second to the last casual phrase that I've mentioned or I've discussed too, and it means haven't seen you in a while. Okay, again, haven't seen you in a while. What do we mean by that, or what is its casual equivalent? What do you think? Okay, it is, let me just see it for a moment. It is long time no see. Again, the casual equivalent is long time no see. Now let's review this phrase in more detail. Now, long time no see, it's a phrase of happy recognition. Its core meaning is literally I haven't seen you in a while. So there's this positive feeling. So you use it when you unexpectedly run to a friend that you want to talk to, maybe a family member or acquaintance who you haven't seen for a significant period of time. Perhaps they're doing that. Okay. Now, next to that is uh what do you call that? Haven't seen you in a while, you say it long time no see. So you use it when you unexpectedly run into a friend, a family member, or maybe an acquaintance. So you try to use it in a more casual setting, okay? Not really good to use in a formal setting unless you are unless the one you're speaking to is totally fine with that. You know that they will be totally fine with you saying long time no see, okay? It's just a warm, friendly greeting that instantly shows you recognize the other person and you are happy to see them. Okay. And lastly, we have here the last phrase for today. But it means don't worry. Again, it means don't worry. This is a perfectly fine and common way to reassure someone. But what's the more casual, relaxed phrase that we learned that means the exact same thing? It's a phrase where you would use with friends, often as a response to a thank you or a quick apology. Okay, that's the hint. The casual equivalent is what? It is no worries. Again, no worries. Excellent. This phrase is great for showing that something is not a problem at all. So, as our contents slide reminds us, no worries means it's okay or don't worry. The pronunciation tip is to stress no softer worries, okay? You did all the fantastic job with all 6 of our practice drills. And with that, we've come to the end of our class on casual phrases. Thank you all so much for your hard work and participation today. We covered 6 incredibly useful phrases, okay? Sorry for that, excuse me. So we've covered 6 useful phrases, casual phrases. First is what's up. For saying casual hello. How's it going? For asking how someone is. Long time no see for greeting an old friend. Sounds good for agreeing to a plan. No worries for saying it's okay. And of course, take it easy for saying um wait. For a moment. Again, what's up? There, a long time no see. How's it going? No worries. Take it easy and sounds good. Okay? Remember, the best way to make these phrases your own is to use them. So the next time you are talking to a friend, try to use sounds good instead of okay. So the next time you say goodbye, try take it easy. Little steps like this will make a huge difference in how natural you sound. If there's consistent practice, it will not betray you. Okay? I'll be sending out um some good lucks to you, especially when you try to practice these phrases or some more things that we've already covered in the past few meetings. Have a wonderful rest of your night ahead, and I look forward to seeing you all next time, which is tomorrow, of course. Goodbye and good night.